Hello, my name is Jason Lee, and this is a video for the programming assignment 2. So this is my main file. Here I included the data file, and I declared and initialized various data objects using a default constructor and conversion constructor and the parameterized constructor, and I used the minus operator overloading in order to calculate the days between these objects, and I also used the insertion operator overloading, and I use setters and getters, and here are various if-else statements. Here, if the return value is true, then it says true, and the return value is false, then it says false. And here are various comparison operator overloading, like less than or equal to, or bigger than or equal to, and so on. So here is my program. So if I execute this, it works perfectly. So it calculates the days between these objects, and I use the insertion operator overloading and getters and setters, and also use conversion operator overloading using date1 and date2, these objects. So they all works perfectly. So this is my header file. So I included IOStream and using namespace std, and here are various friend functions for the operator overloadings, like less than or equal to, or bigger than equal to, or equal or not equal, or the insertion operator. And here are private data members, day, month, year, and the constructors and getters and setters, and the minus operator overloading in the public as a public member function. So here is my data CPP file. I included data.h and the string. So here is a checklist function. It just checks if the year is a leap year or not. So if the y is divided by 4 and divided by 100 and 400, then the return value is true, or the y is divided by 4 and not divided by 100, then it is also the leap year. So it returns the boolean value. And here are the constructors. This is just the default constructor, and this is just the conversion constructor that specifies the y, the year. So if the year is bigger than 1900, then it's assigned the y value to the year, or else if the value is not appropriate, then it just sets the year to 1900. And this is a parameterized constructor, so it also says the year using the y value, or is it not appropriate, then it just says to 1900. And the same just between 1 and 12, so January to December, it says using the value m, or else it just says to January. And this is for the days, d. So here are various if-else statements. So if the m is 1, so if January, then the day must be between 1 to 31. If March, 1 to 31, or July, August, May, and so on. So it's just same logic. But if the month m is 2, so if the January, then it first checks, and if the day is equal to 29, then it must checks using the checklist. So if the return value is true, so the y, so year is the leap year, then it can be 29th. And it also sets day to 1, the first, if the value is not appropriate. And this is just getter for day, and getter for months and getter for year, and here are setters. The logic is almost same with this logic. So it just checks the month and day, and if it's appropriate, it just sets day. It just assign value of d to the day. So the it's also same if the month is February. It also checks if this 29 and the year is leap year. And same month is also same, almost same. It also checks month and day and check leap year. And also yes, if it's not appropriate, it does not change the value. The setter does not work if the value is not appropriate. Yes, so this is getter and setter. This is almost same with the check leap function. It just checks if the y value is leap year, if the month is 2 and days 29th. And here is the operator, the insertion operator overloading. So it here is the I declared mname variable using the string, and it checks if the month is 1 or 2 or 3, so it assigns value January, February, March for each value, 1 to 12, so January to December, and it just use this logic, mname and dt.day and dt.year, and return the OStream object as a reference. It gets the OStream O and the date object as a parameter. Yes. And here is the less than operator overloading. So it just check if d1.year is less than d2.year, and if it is true, then the return value is true, and if it's false, the return value is false. But in the case the d1.year and d2.year are equal, then it also checks months, and also if true, then the return value is true. False, the return value is false. But if the d1.month and d2.month is also same, then it also checks the day. So if true, the return value is true. If false, the return value is false. So it returns the compare CMP date. And it is the same logic with the less than operator, but the direction is just the opposite. So it checks year, and if year is same, then checks month, and if the month is same, then it also checks the day. So it also returns the CMP date, the Boolean value, and it is easy logic. It just checks the d1.year is equal to d2.year, and if d1.month is equal to d2.month and day. If all of them are same, then it returns the true. Here it is also same. I use the less than operator overloading and equal to operator overloading, and if one of them is always true, then it returns true, and it is same, but it uses the bigger than operator overloading, and it is also it just negates the equal to the return value from the return equal to operator overloading.